All right, back with the big breaking news coming in of a massive crackdown by Australia on Khalistani groups. 3 people have been arrested in the Federation Square case in Australia. Remember, after rioters had run amok and had a complete free run, now action being taken by Australia. 3 people have been arrested. Remember, the police officials had also released sketches of 6 of the accused in the case. Had been identified. The police officials had released these sketches and were on the lookout for the accused, and now 3 people have been arrested for the violence that had been unleashed. Remember, 5 people were also hospitalized after members of the pro-Khalistan groups attacked a crowd that was carrying the national flag. Now, finally, action being taken with 3 people being arrested. The hunt is also on for 3 other people who were also part of this mob that went on a rampage. It was a peaceful march that was going on. A lot of these people also had the national flag in hand, and suddenly, completely unprovoked, there was an attack by the pro-Khalistan group. So this was the attack that had been caught on camera, and the Australian police were right there at the spot. They brought the situation under control then, but they had identified 6 of the suspects. They had released these sketches as well, after which now finally action being taken. 3 of these pro-Khalistan supporters have been taken into custody. Rishabh joining us on the broadcast with the details. Rishabh, this is a big update, a big crackdown by the Australia police. They had already identified the accused in the case. Now they've also been arrested.
Definitely, this is a big news coming in from Melbourne, where 3 people have been arrested for the Federation Square, violence that took place on 29th of January. Remember, when the Australian Prime Minister Albanese was in India, Indian Prime Minister raked up the issue and spoke to him about the violence that are happening against Indian diaspora and the temples in different parts of Australia. And Australian Prime Minister had also assured the Indian Prime Minister that he will look into it and appropriate actions as per law would be taken. Just after that, we heard from the High Commissioner as well that how Australia do not abide by what is happening when it comes to violence. They said that there is definitely the freedom of speech, but any violence cannot be tolerated. And then there was a collage of photographs that came in. Around 6 accused photos were released from the Federation Square violence, and now 3 have been arrested. So a big
3 people have been arrested. Let's take in more details of who these individuals are on the quick action that has been taken. Rishabh, stay on with us. We have Jithat Jai Bharadwaj also joining us from Australia today. Thank you so much for joining us, Jithat. What are the details of the 3 people who have been identified? Any details being revealed? Because this is a big crackdown. The number of such cases had been on the rise in Australia. That had been a cause of concern for India.
It's a kind of good news that Victoria Police has now actually acted on what it was promising for the last couple of months. As of now, what we know is the 123-year-old man from Kalkalu suburb, another one 39-year-old man from Statula, and 36-year-old man from Crackdown, that is in northern suburb of Melbourne, Victoria, has been arrested. They have been released on bail. They'll be facing magistrates court in August last week. So that's what police has released right now. However, they are looking for almost 11 other men who were involved in attacks on Indian assailants who were trying to walk around in Federation Square with Indian tricolor. That's the latest, what we understand right now.
Okay, because this was a very brazen attack. One of the men were also seen with a sword in hand. And, there has been an increase in the number of such cases that has been reported from Australia. And there were concerns for the Indian community because of the fact that not enough action was seen on ground. Even though Australia had condemned these incidents, not enough action was being taken on ground. So now the fact that 3 people have been arrested is going to have a longer impact on this crackdown by the Australian forces.
I think it is an ongoing crackdown, and police is now identifying almost 16 plus men who were involved in 2 different incidents at Federation Square. I can tell you this 36-year-old man from Crackdown is the one who was trying to play the swords in Federation Square on 29th of January. So there was another man who was also showing his sword. Police is looking for him. They are trying trying to identify and they are trying to reach where he is. We are told that he came from either from regional Queensland or regional New South Wales. So police is making a number of inquiries on regional religious places and regional communities in Victoria and New South Wales.
Okay, all right. So now we're going to keep an eye out on what are the charges they've been booked under and what is the action that is going to be taken against them. Thank you so much for joining us with those updates. Slipping into a short break here. We'll be right back.